Is this stranger your junk drawer, or the physical embodiment of clutter? He's absolutely covered in odds and ends. Receipts, CDs, rubber bands. Even his messy black hair sports a light bulb, a pencil, and a pen. When he catches you looking at him, he startles, leaping back with an undignified yelp.
Whoa, Nelly! Whoa, Wolf! Cheese and crackers, you startled me. Hey, next time you open a guy, knock or something first, huh? I'm not used to so much light. Besides, sudden jerky movements like that risk disorganizing my collection. Oh, yes. Of course. Sorry. Been a while since I've had a guest. Welcome to Jerry's Junk Drawer, the finest collection of curated treasures in all of the house. Feast your eyes upon knickknacks and gegaws from parts unknown. Oh, that's the question, though, isn't it? Where did this nail come from? What picture frames did it hold? Is that really rust, or is it actually some sort of newfangled orange snack coating?
Jerry lifts the nail to his lips, giving it a test lick.
Nope, it's rust. Tetanusy. So, what do you think? Why, it's a collection of lost things, each one forgotten by the world, each one a story. This button, for instance. Perhaps it was left behind as a clue from one lover to another. A modern-day Cinderella slipper. Take me with you, it says, and know that once you find the collar that matches this tragic button, you have found your love again. And this mysterious strip of papyrus, perhaps a missive from an ancient land, perhaps a treasure map. Oh, the wonders we could glean if only we could decipher these symbols of black and white bars. Don't worry, I did. Or I will, once I get around to it. What are you insinuating? I curate for a specific demographic that happens to enjoy the limited space. They don't mind. Do I get a lot of guests? Of course I do. Bugs count as guests, right? Oh, you mean the other objects. I get them in here all the time. Well, there's that Celia. She's a very well-to-do socialite, and she happens to be very interested in the collection. In fact, every time she comes by, she asks me, "When will this junk be gone already?" I assume she's probably just nervous about coming inside. Listen, you, Oh, what's the use? It's true! Nobody visits me but the moths. What am I doing wrong? I just don't get it. I love to entertain, so long as guests don't touch a single thing. What? You mean throw it away? How do you mean? ... Now I'm scared. Upcycle them? You mean like an art piece? Well, I suppose the collection could use a centerpiece. Something eye-catching to bring in more visitors. Which is to say a single-digit number of visitors. Which is to say another visitor besides you and the roaches. But I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just smash objects together at random? I can't imagine Pierre the paperclip and Claude the so old he's gray and unusable now eraser getting along. They're so different. I guess that could work. To be honest, whenever I look at anything in the collection, it's like I see its entire past laid out in front of me. That's one of the reasons it's so hard to give things up, you know? Every object has a memory, and that memory is like a part of my body. They all have their own vibes and textures and feelings. Mixing them together is hard. They've all got such strong individual identities. I suppose an outside perspective could help. I'll gather some items that could make a suitable sculpture.
He does so, then claps his hands together.
Okay, sculpture. Phew. Here we go. First things first, we need some kind of foundation. I think I've got just the thing for this. It's a flat, circular piece of wood that fell off the fence out back. You always said you'd repair it someday, but I think both of us knew that was a lie. I've got a pile of other objects here. Your job will be to pick one of my objects we'll pair together. It's a long shot, but maybe we can scrungle something together. Let me tell you about Rudolph, the wooden square. When Rudolph first came to me, I had a habit of tapping on him. We would while away the hours together, tapping away to a rhythmic beat. Sometimes the best fun looks like boredom. Rudolph always tries its best, even when he's down on his luck. He might not always be the tool you need at the moment, but he's always there to support you. Very reliable. Now, which of these would pair well with Rudolph? Lorena, huh? That's not such a bad idea, actually. She might have a few holes in her, but she's always been useful in a storm. Very reliable, just like Rudolph. It's sad to see them both past their prime, but I think they could find solace in each other's company. Here, I'll glue them together. There. Now we've got a base for the rest of the sculpture. We need something to give it body. Something eye-catching. Something that pops without throwing the whole piece out of whack. What do you think? The old holiday lights. For the holiday we used to celebrate. You know the one. These guys were real champs before exactly one of their 50 bulbs burnt out, rendering the entire string useless. You gotta love series circuits. Even though they don't light up anymore, they still have an interesting shape. And the wire structure lets us sculpt them in interesting ways. We could even make some little columns between the top and the bottom to connect Rudolph and Lorena. Yeah, I think this is a great fit. We've got the sparkle, we've got the foundation, but it feels a little empty in the middle. It needs direction, a sense of purpose. There's a wooden foundation, a canopy above the lights. What could go in the middle? The little army man? I suppose that could work. The shape of the sculpture does remind me a bit of a gazebo. Or maybe... a carousel! We only have one or two old horse figurines, but if I take the other plastic fellers, melt them down and reshape them a bit...
Jerry does so. It takes him quite a bit of time, but he manages to use an old matchbook and some tinfoil to melt the figures into a mold. By the end of the process, the figures have transformed into a series of horses with multicolored manes, thanks to their disparate pieces.
That looks great. That looks really great. These poor figurines forgotten and collecting dust, reshaped into something beautiful. Rudolph and Lorena working together to give them a stage. It really is the essence of upcycled beauty. I have to say, this is very striking. It pays homage to the origin of these objects while giving them a new sense of purpose. Great work. Here, let's display this on top of the desk so everyone knows about the great collection inside. Look at that. What a beaut. You know what? I think I'm inspired. Maybe I should try doing this with some of my other pieces. I feel a new era for the collection coming on. Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks a lot, friendo. Things are coming up, Jerry. Yeah, I guess so. But it's not so bad. You just need to know the right way to tilt your bones to work around it. It's like a game of limbo, but, you know, forever. It certainly does. There's nowhere else I feel as safe or as comfortable. Just stepped on a thumbtack. Oh, right. I'm so silly. You're a guest after all. Let me give you the grand tour. On the left, we have a lovely spread of exactly 2 cards from a standard 52-card deck. Now, the average viewer might say, Jerry, it's only 2 cards, just throw them away. But connoisseurs like you and me know better, don't we? After all, the last laugh will be ours when we find the rest of the deck and save ourselves the cool $3 it would have taken to buy a new one. That's 300 pennies, my friend. As a side note, we will be seeing quite a few pennies later on the loose change section of the tour. One of which might be one of those valuable misprint pennies. I still haven't gotten around to checking. Coming up on your right are a series of mystery bolts that probably attach to something in the house. Just past those is a single rubber band, could be useful. Oh, and look! Now this is a dead fly. Ooh, look over here. You'll love this. This here is an antique wire from some old electronic from the early 2000s. Now, I haven't the faintest idea which electronic it's from, but just imagine it. One day you're setting up an old computer, you know, like you're always doing, and you realize you don't have this special doodad wire. What if it turns out to be a rare part? What if it's super valuable? What if collectors are offering tens of thousands of dollars online for this very item? Why, the hypothetical value is practically infinite! And wouldn't you look the fool for having thrown it away? So, what do you think of the collection so far? Oh, well, gee. Well, thank you. To be honest, that's a bit of a relief. I know it sounds ridiculous, but some of the others can't stand this collection. They're convinced that I attract rats. Rats! Can you believe that? Ridiculous! Granted, I did discover a new species of mold in here the other day, but personally, I find that rather exciting. You bet I did. I don't just collect objects. I also collect spores. That's probably why I've been coughing so much. Oh, these spores are definitely exotic. I can't find them in any of the encyclopedias I've been browsing, or the medical websites. The doctors have never seen phlegm of this color. Oh, jeez! It's so nice to talk to someone who understands. I almost never feel this seen, I guess. That's probably my fault for hiding away in this little desk nook. But, thank you. I've spent so much time focused on my collection. I can't remember the last time I felt this way about a patron. So, what do you say? Do you feel the same way about old Jerry? Oh, bed knobs and broomsticks. I wasn't expecting that. Well, that's great. That's really great. Please come back anytime, especially if you have anything you'd like to add to the collection. We're always accepting new donations. Bye! Ow! Ow! Kinda hard to wave goodbye when there's a bunch of twisted chunks of metal within arm's reach digging into my fingers. It's all good. I get so dizzy when I talk to you.